pairing. We'll come back to that in a moment. Let us begin. And just when you need something that isn't remotely destabilising, you get that fascinating high toss serve of Bruna Takahashi.
Yeah, both Calderano and Takahashi have that high toss serve, and I'm sure we'll see it come into fruition here. I think they're both going to start very aggressively in this. We'll see if that happens again.
2-1.
Huge reaction from the enthusiastic spectators who are here to see their absolute favourites. The support that you can always count upon for Wang Chuqin and Yingsha.
1-3.
But to go back to that earlier upset I was alluding to, Chen Qianyi and Chen Xingtong beaten 3-2 by Sabine Winter and Wan Yuan of Germany. An extraordinary result, and Maria One wonders the extent to which that ripples through a national team.
Well, I think it definitely does. Obviously, they're teammates. They'll play alongside each other. They're going to be warming up together, and it's a camp, really, isn't it? You cover the outcomes of their teammates, and hopefully they can just bring each other up for their matches and the singles.
6-1.
They are, after all, these two going for 3 consecutive championships of the world. An incredible accomplishment.
1-7.
They achieve it, and they've started emphatically.
They've taken quite a big lead here. I can't pinpoint anything that they've done completely other than consistency, keep the ball on the table and go for those attacking shots like we've just seen there. They're staying very close and being very aggressive and trying not to let Calderano use his immense power to overpower them.
Useful serve, that.
9-1.
I think it took Takahashi a little bit by surprise there.
Oh, this is phenomenal.
There's not much you can do about those kind of shots when they're coming at you, the angles.
Let 10-1.
And Calderano goes back with the same sort of flick that Wang Chuqin was doing earlier to him.
That is done in double quick time. 11-2. Fabulous start from the Chinese partnership. They're looking well and truly in control. Adam, that passed by in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, it sure did. And we have to remember, Hogo Calderano is the reason that Team China basically went into class. They locked up, sat down around tables. They had full CTTA meetings to try and figure out the Calderano conundrum. And with an 11-2 victory, despite using a racket that he wasn't comfortable with, Wang Chuqin alongside Yingsha have delivered quite a message that they are focused and that they paid attention in class after the World Cup.
Yes, that extraordinary victory, as Adam was mentioning, of the gentleman on the right, Hogo Calderano, at the World Cup. It asks questions. Sometimes it leads to consternation.
Second game. Santos serve. Love all. Love 1.
It'll definitely be interesting to see how Calderano and Takahashi come back after the one set down. They definitely have a good connection between them, and I'm sure they will have discussed the mistakes that they've made in the first half and letting Wang Chuqin and Yingsha get at them a little bit much and reaching for those angles.
For you as a player, was it worse to lose a game 11-1 or worse to lose it 12-10? Or did it not really matter?
Yes. Yes.
I think 12-10. You're so close. You're so close there. But 11-1 can often stimulate you in another way. You know, you get that energy. Everyone's a competitor. Everyone's got that drive in them, and everyone wants to do well. So I think 11-1.
TTR review.
We'll just come back to that because we've got a review coming in now. And we're just going to wait for the formal process. And here we go. 8 things that you're allowed to review. So this is a chance for us to have a look at it before we find out the official TTR decision.
And it's looking like Hugo and Bruna think that that's hit the edge.
Ball.
And there's controversy whether it's the side or the edge.
Now we have to follow the TTR review, not official
So
decision.
we've had a look at it. Now the official TTR review as to whether that was an edge ball. The clarification is about to come. Oh, goodness.
That is close, that is
Successful
close.
challenge. 1 all.
You know, they do add drama to sports, these review processes. How?
Didn't need to go to review. He could see on those replays that it was going to be an edge, and they'd lost that
2-1.
point. But ultimately, it had to go there, and the point went away of Yingsha and Wang Chuqin.
Great return.
2 all.
That ball's just
2.
gone into Bruna's crossover there. You know, when you're playing doubles, and obviously it's one point each that you've got to get out the way, and yeah, they've just pinpointed her there into the middle.
2 4.
And that was a very, very similar positioning to the last point as well. That sort of crossover, that middle area, getting around that ball and hitting that forehand will be essential for Bruna.
Three, 4.
Certainly a far better game, this, from the Brazilians' perspective. First one just raced away from them in double quick time.
Calderano, I think it was inside that line. 3, 4.
Oh,
5, 3.
no doubt about that one.
No, definitely not. The apologies come in, but how sorry are they actually?
Well, from your perspective, how sorry were you?
I think in those kind of crucial moments, 1 point difference, the difference between a 1 point lead and a 2 point lead, and going in with serve there is quite crucial. So they will
6,
have been
3.
quite pleased with that,
Yes.
actually.
Oh, that was,
4,
yeah,
6.
played with some pace.
Yeah, that was an unbelievable backhand from Calderano there. It's a bit of a trademark shot for him. He's got a lot of power that he can use when those balls pop up.
Five,
And
6.
again, finding the angles there. They're making them work for the points now.
One thing that is absolutely clear about Hugo Calderano is that he is a remarkably bright gentleman. He's somebody who loves a challenge and loves to strategize his way through a table tennis match.
7,
So if
5.
anyone can find a way back into a contest, it is him. And he's got quite a partner in Bruna Takahashi alongside him. 4 years younger at 24. She's from São Paulo State. He's from Rio de Janeiro. Haven't had a lot of success on their serve, though, the Brazilians.
Wang Chuqin keeps
8,
coming in
5.
with that backhand flick wide to forehand, which is causing them a lot of problems there. It's got a lot of spin, side spin on it, and very powerful, very hard to receive.
6.
They're trying to find
8.
those edges. I've seen quite a lot of those balls going to Yingsha's wide backhand there. And they've picked up a couple of points from that angle. It's another unbelievable backhand from Calderano. We see him do that quite a lot. He just steps off a little bit, gears himself up, and then goes for it. So fluid. So nice to watch him do that, to be honest.
What a hit!
9-7.
Look how he comes around that ball. You know, you've got to be absolutely so agile to get around that ball and hit it with such power and such precision that probably Hugo didn't think that it was going to come with such sort of strength on it. Oh my.
Oh, it's a stunning point. Absolutely stunning. Flicker of emotion came across the face of Hugo Calderano, but let's enjoy this again.
It's the point of the match so far, I think. Both of them off away from the table. Unlucky not to get that one on.
11,
and very quickly,
7.
a close game has ended up not being a close game. 11-7 taken by Wang Chuqin and Sun Yingsha. Well, that was just fabulous. The point that led to the game point situation. Adam, this is really developing now.
Yeah, it sure is. It's crunch time. Thiago Monteiro, a former professional player himself, was there when Hugo won the World Cup. But right now, they're taking some risks. We saw a massive improvement in the last game to this. With the same trajectory, game 3 should go their way, but Sun Yingsha and Wang Chuqin, the defending champs 2 times over, don't let many through. Haven't lost since 2021 at the World Champs there, and in 2023 in Durban. So far so good for the Chinese popular pair.
Tá em jogo que é só pra ele poder jogar forte. Vamos lá.
We move to game number 3. 11-1, 11-7. What next? Just one more required
Second
for
game,
the
third
Chinese
game.
partnership.
Takahashi to serve. Love all.
A place in the 3rd round is the reward for victory. A meeting with either the Romanian 15th seeds, Ovidiu Ionescu and Elizabeta Samara, or Ibrahim Gündüz and Sibel Altenkaya of Turkey.
1-1.
Just from watching Calderano's play there, I feel like he's come in with a bit of a strategy that he knows he's got to hit some unbelievable shots and get those on the table. So taking a little bit of extra risk when he's doing his actions is not such a bad thing, because if they win the point, they win the point. But if not, then ultimately they might have lost the point anyway, and he's kind of gone in with that mindset. Again into the Brazilian pair's crossover. They're just getting those sort of angles and getting them out of position.
This gentleman who has confounded the Chinese squad of late is not getting a look in this match. There was the big shot. Exactly what you were talking about.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. There, he's gone down the line, and that is a very technically good shot that he's done there. He could have gone cross-court, but the chance of them getting that back was much higher, so he's putting an astounding performance there.
4-2.
And again, he's gone for one of those big shots, and more often than not, they do go on for him. So maybe he's not happy with his performance there, and they've gone for a timeout after that.
Yes, the gap really is growing. The end may be drawing closer. The Brazilians calling the timeout, lest it be time up. too soon.
Tentar alguma coisa diferente, senão
Essa sacanagem fica direito. Se botar uma longa na direita, só não precisa nem forçar muito. Tipo, ou até média assim. Olha pra cima. Cuidado, isso aqui é quase tudo sai sem efeito.
Let's head down to Adam right by the field of play. Adam, what are the conversations like down there?
There's a calmness that's impressive to me. I think this is something that, being in a relationship, knowing each other well, sort of knowing how to speak to someone during stressful times to get the best performance, coaches and players have this same relationship. So these three have been through a lot in recent times, and of course Hogo and Bruna know how to talk to each other well to get the best performance out, so taking some chances but figuring out how to cover the middle. Bruna's a little bit taller of a player, and that transition between forehand and backhand is going to be a crucial point for them to come back in this match.
That was definitely a crucial point. After a timeout, you're looking to close that gap, and I'm sure Bruna won't be happy with that, but the intention was there. They were going hard with the shots.
2-7.
Very clearly taking a bounce on his side. Look at that, 12 out of the last 16 to the reigning two-time champions of the world.
He's tried to go for it again down the line. What we have seen from Calderano is he is trying to go for those big shots, those big winners, and he's trying to end the points early.
9-2.
Into Bruna's crossover. She's just getting caught out there a little bit too much. She's gone over to the forehand side.
We find ourselves enormously quickly at 8 match points. My goodness, how they have seized control.
3-10.
The sort of shot probably one can go for at that stage. No real risk.
10-4.
There's a couple that have slipped away, but they still have 6 match points left.
I don't think the Chinese pair will be too stressed at this stage.
The victory is theirs. The dream of being 3-time consecutive champions of the world continues.
3 games to love.
What a display that was from Wang, Chuqin and Yingsha. Victorious 11-2, 11-7, 11-4 in this round of 32 mixed doubles contest. A commanding performance. Now, we will have to say that the result is a pending result after the full scrutiny of the rackets, considering we had that rather complicated start. But for now, the victory is theirs. We'll just have to wait and see if it remains thus. Tough contest that for the Brazilian partnership. Takahashi and Calderano beaten in 19 minutes by Yingsha and Wang Chuqin. 11-2, 11-7, 11-4. 83% of points won with ball in hand for the Chinese pair. They were so compelling.